Good evening. In one of my first blogs, I talked about the heart, the cross-stitch heart, and said that I was going to make it into a baby quilt for a friend of mine. Well, these are the colors of the quilt that I'm going to be using. And what I did to make the pattern for it is, first thing I did is I had to sit down with this and make it in on some graph paper. With the numbers, I gave 5, corresponding numbers to what it would look like, so I could have the pattern so I would know how many squares to cut for each one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the squares 1.5 inches square, so by the time I sew them with a 1/4 inch square or 1/4 inch seam, they'll be 1 inch square. And if you look, this is kind of what I drew that would look like the quilt when it's finished, using the colors. It's going to be a 45 by 60 inch quilt by the time it is finished. I'm going to go step by step in cutting the colors, putting them together in stacks, and what I might do that way that you can see the quilt step by step until it's finished, so we will have vlogs on making this quilt. I have made many quilts with my own designs, and one of these days I'll pull some of them out and show them to you. I love to do strip quilts out of Levi. My sister-in-law, I'd give her some fabric, I don't know how long ago, and in the fabric she pulled out this. And these are quilt blocks out of fabric that I did. We've been married almost 41 years, and this is just an accumulation of the fabrics that I had used over the years in making clothes for myself and other people. And then I pulled out these. These quilt blocks are 9 squares, and these are just some of the quilts, the fabric that I used as a teenager growing up, making clothes for school and for myself. And when I was in the 11th grade, I had a really good friend in high school that she would go down and buy 2 lengths of fabrics, and I would make her one dress, and for payment for making her dress, I would get the other length of fabric. Mind you, I was sewing on a treadle sewing machine at that time. I have sewn for other people ever since I can remember. Well, since I was 17. And I have made somewhat of a living out of sewing for other people, but my love is quilting, cross-stitching, and that kind of stuff. Sewing clothes, sewing baby clothes, anything like that. I love to do the sewing. So in this quilt, this will be the finished product. This will be the outside, and this will be the heart, the colors of the heart. And as we go along, I will show you, and I hope you enjoy watching me put this quilt together and finishing off. I'm going to be tying it with, instead of using yarn or stuff, I'm going to be tying it with embroidery floss. And hopefully this will be the color when I get finished. For now, I'm going to say have a good evening, good morning, good day, whatever it is at your time, and talk to you later. Bye.